Hey, hello everyone. I just wanted to sit down and introduce myself or reintroduce myself to some. Uh, don't think I've ever done this. Um, just kind of want to give some background as to who I am, what I'm about, why I am the way I am. Also, maybe not in this video. It may be part of a second video, but give some goals and I don't know, some dreams that I would like to achieve, not only in life but with this channel. So, all right, I have no script. I'm just shooting from the hip here. So here we go. First of all, don't think I've ever given my government name um, on a video. My name is Scott Thomas. I am from Georgia. Right now, myself and my wife live in the North Georgia mountains. Uh, I was born and raised in Georgia. Uh, Pretty much the only time I left was during my military career, but I always returned. Um, we did live outside of Georgia for a while. Um, Lived in Florida for like 2.5 years down near Tampa. um, to go back to the beginning, not the beginning of my life. Well, let's cover some where I grew up. Um, I was a trailer park kid. My father worked in a factory. My mother was mostly a stay-at-home mom. She had disabilities, and she had a few jobs, but that I remember, nothing was ever full time. Uh, have a brother and had a sister who died at a young age. Um, Always had trouble in school. Had several disabilities that interfered with my learning and my ability to learn. However, I was always great at tests. You just pretty much you could give me a test on anything, I'd ace the test. But you give me classwork or homework, or give me a math problem and say figure this out real quick, and I it's almost like my mind would go blank and I wouldn't know what I was doing. Like say you give me a test with that exact same problem on it, I'd ace it. So they finally figured that out when I got to high school. So it was a long, arduous journey up until high school. Um, and finally in high school, things got figured out. I had figured myself out. I figured out how to work with my disabilities. Um, and high school wasn't that hard for me. It was just everything before that was. Got out of high school and had a job in concrete finishing, and large production concrete. And during that time, I decided to go into the military. My family were all Army and Marine, and I decided to go Navy just to be different. Um, did many years in the Navy. Long story short, kind of got my feelings hurt, got irritated, angry one day, and I was in a position that I knew how to get out of my contract quickly, and legally. I mean, I got an honorary discharge, honorable discharge, um, and so I did that. After 8 years of being out of the military, I decided I wanted to go back in, and I went into the Army. So after a total of 24 years in the military, I retired September 7th, 2023. Was a mandatory medical retirement. Um, I've done a lot of things in my military career and a lot of different training, a lot of different schools. The last goal that I had, the one that I was working towards, was going warrant officer in the Army. Um, and it was kind of like it was in high school. It had nothing to do with learning disabilities, but um, I could pass the test, but it was such a struggle. I knew that it shouldn't be that hard physically and mentally to get through what I was working to get through. All right. Started going to the doctors to try to figure out what was going on, and I'm not going to go through all the details. Eventually, you're going to hear about them, you're going to know about them. But for right now, let's just say I had several different conditions that were preventing me from being able to complete that training. When that was realized, the Army decided that I wasn't fit for duty, and they started processing me for medical discharge, and I ended up being discharged. So after that, while going through the VA process and Social Security and that kind of thing, I was really lost. Not like suicidal, nothing like that, but very angry, uptight, anxious. Conditions kept getting worse. Just, it was stressful. So I was looking for something to do to help replace what I had lost by getting out of the military. In doing so, I went through several different hobbies, different courses, just learning situations. One of them, you can see a few of the videos that have been posted on this channel before this one. And though I fought for many years for people's rights and the freedoms that people should be granted, they should have those things, no question. It just wasn't for me to go out and do like First Amendment audits and things. I'm glad that people do that. However, it caused a lot more stress and anxiety than I expected, and it wasn't for me. So I'm not doing that. In the future, I still have connections with some people that are doing it, and I may go out with them, even if it's just to film them, which I've done a lot more filming for YouTubers than I have my own videos on right now. In fact, speaking of the YouTube videos, while I was in the military, actually while I was in the Army, I started making videos. In the beginning, I was making Navy videos. Even though I was in the Army, I was answering questions about the Navy, entrance, physicals, physical requirements, rates, or MOSs as they're called in other branches. What those rates entail, what are the prerequisites, what are the advancement opportunities, things like that. Also the specialized training and courses and things like that. Once I got to a point where I was kind of running out of subjects to cover. All right, those are the downfalls to having 4 dogs, 8 cats, birds, possums, all that good stuff. So anyway, not sure exactly where I was, so I'm just going to pick up in a spot and hope it is at least close. Um, so once I started running out of information that I felt I could provide for the Navy or about the Navy, then I started moving into the Army side, doing the same thing. Preparation for getting in, what does that entail? What are the MOSs? What are the prerequisites? What are the chances or the opportunities for advancement? Specialized schools, even things just like with the Navy. I covered Navy SEALs. Um, in the Army, I was covering things like Ranger and Green Beret and Delta as much as I could. I wasn't any of those things, but I gathered information, and I knew people that had information, and I would get that information from them and relay it. And around the time of the pandemic, when all of that hit, and we got called up on specialized orders to go out and help with food banks and things like that. Um, then I changed my video content. It was more like a vlog type content from there, and it was what I was doing during the pandemic. The assignments that I had, the my leadership style, what I was doing to prepare for the day, how I would assign work, jobs. Then the Atlanta riots kicked up, and our orders changed, and we got moved over to riot control, and I continued. So then, at a point, I would say, about a year after the pandemic, um, I pretty much stopped making videos. But at that point, I'm actually not even positive. I'm going to say about 800 videos at that time that I, over the years, I'd put up. And I just left them up and didn't do anything with them for a while. When I retired from the military, so in September of 2023, I don't know why. It just one day I decided um, to take all those videos down and clear out my YouTube channel. Um, I I guess I released all of my subscribers, um, unsubscribed all of them because I wasn't making any more content anyway. So I don't know. I can't remember actually having a specific thought that made me do that. I just remember doing it. Just decided to. And and the name of the channel at that time was Look, Listen, Learn. So not look, listen, and learn, just look, listen, learn. Um, when I began making the videos, 'cause first I started out videoing for others, and the one of the biggest things that people would say about me videoing for people, I guess I'm always told there are trolls everywhere. There's always going to be trolls, and I guess they were trolling me. But one of the biggest things, one of the things that people complained about the most was I wasn't legitimate. Like, you're not a legitimate production company. You're not a legitimate filmographer. Um, you're not a legitimate news outlet. So you can't do this. You have to have licensing and things like that, uh, which is not true, by the way. It's not. And I knew this, but because of the type of person I am, you tell me I can't, I'm going to make sure that I can, and I'm going to make it as legitimate as possible. Get as close to the truth as I possibly can. So I got a business license and became L3 Media Group. Look, listen, learn Media Group. Uh, and that's where this channel got its name from. However, as I said earlier, um, even though even though I think there is a good reason, and I'm grateful for people that do create that content, it's just not for me. It's there's too much drama involved in it, so I won't be doing it. At least, definitely not full time. I may help others. I may film for some other creators, but I won't be creating it as like a full time. That's not what this channel is going to be about. More or less, this channel is it's going to be about certain projects and my life after military. And I've already been doing a lot of research, and thanks to Roman Atwood for his words of motivation. He keeps saying things such as, you just got to go out and do it. You got to take that first step. You got to do something. If you're not doing something every day, then you're not doing anything. I'm paraphrasing. That's not really what he says, but I think, excuse me, I think you get the idea. So I'd been doing all this research for things like a custom truck build, a custom boat build, how to do certain upgrades to my house and land, and been doing all this research. And by the way, when I do research on something, when I get interested in something, I don't know if it's OCD, I've never been diagnosed. I can take a subject and just read a paragraph about it, and that's fine. But if I'm truly interested in it, I take a deep dive. I take that deep dive into a rabbit hole, as people say. And I want to know everything there is to know about it, all the ins and outs, all the positives and negatives, all the different options, different opinions. So that's what I've been doing with the things that I want to do. And I didn't see any reason in filming any of that. But after hearing Roman Atwood say over and over and over, you have to take a step forward. You have to be doing something. Well, I started this research months ago. Let's say about the boat. I've now decided what size boat I want, what keel I want, what design, what details I want in the boat, what materials I want to use. I've decided all this. I'm still researching because it changes. And the big thing is, I wasn't documenting it. So after listening to Roman Atwood say over and over that you have to take a step forward, I had taken a step forward, and I was still researching and I was still learning, but I wasn't really taking a step forward. I was in the same spot. I was still doing the same thing. So I'm hoping that making the video of that journey, the journey of the research and the learning and the getting it figured out, getting supplies, I'm hoping that helps motivate me even more to move forward. So that's what this is all about. That's what this video is meant to do, is to get that ball rolling. And then, as I said, the next video will be more details about that custom truck and about that boat and about the things I want to do to the yard and the house and some of the details of that. This was just to pretty much cover me and who I am. And I hope that I've done that. I hope that I have explained that I'm just a good old country boy from Georgia, open-minded, love my country, enjoy, I want to say enjoy being around people. I enjoy people, but conditions say otherwise. Um, I do my best, but I just love everybody. I spent a long time angry at the world and fighting everybody I came in contact with, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'd rather be everybody's friend and have a laugh with them than have any kind of drama. So, and I hope that comes through in these videos. I hope that everybody understands that even though I may not say it, even though I may not personally know you, the way my mind and heart works, I do love you. The only way that changes is if you change it. and I think that's going to be just about it until I make that next video going into details about the projects and plans that I have. I think we're gonna cut it off there. So I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all have a great day and week. Don't know. I haven't set a schedule. I haven't determined a schedule that I'm going to be creating videos and putting videos up. That'll come. Right now, this was kind of a spur of the moment. Hey, I just got to get started. So this video's up, and it may be a week. Probably not. I don't plan for it to be another week before I make the project video, I guess, that explanation. But it could be, and then it could be a week till the next one. But it also could be tomorrow that I decide, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and make this video. I don't know yet. I'll determine that at a later date. So you all stay safe. Take care. So give somebody a smile, a little head nod, and you may be the one that brightens the rest of their day. It's all right. I'm going to quit rambling. Y'all take care, and I will see you on the next video.